Is there anything better than a refreshing drink on a hot, steamy summer day? No, there is not. Am I right? Our next guests are both beverage experts from Food and Wine, and they're here to share their recommendations for the best summer wines and cocktails, including some non-alcoholic ones. Rayle is Food and Wine's executive wine editor, and Lucy Simon is a special projects editor. Hello to you both.
Great to be here.
You came bringing gifts. Thank you so much.
We did.
But you say that there are certain elements to a good summer drink.
Yeah, so, I mean, first thing, cold. That's the crucial, got to be cold because it's hot outside. Second, you want it to be a little less alcohol, typically, because you're being outside, you're sweating. You want to hydrate, so you want to have something you can drink without worrying too much about it.
Right.
Knocking you, like, don't summer drink a martini. It's not. It's not the answer. So
this is a wonderful white wine. It smells terrific.
Yeah. So I brought a Sauvignon Blanc, Saint Superi from Napa Valley. We did a study of our readers recently, and for the first time ever, Sauvignon Blanc was more popular than Chardonnay.
I mean, with reason.
And with reason.
So good.
It's
so good.
It's like summertime in a glass. And then
a chillable red.
A chilled red. A chillable red because summer, cold red. No reason not to chill down a red. Lighter reds work better. Pinot Noir, in this case, Valpolicella from San Antonio. And I mean, it's beautiful. Outside, you're grilling hamburgers.
Hey now.
This is what you want.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely wine. It's super affordable, too.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and then we have some killer cocktails.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's
talk cocktails.
Why not have a cocktail this summer? So we're starting off, I always like to think, how do we reinvent classic cocktails for our readers? This summer I thought everyone's favorite drink, an Aperol spritz. We love them. Let's make it a popsicle version. So here we have Aperol spritz pops.
Are you serious?
Have one. Yes, they're.
You have to label them in your freezer because
not for
I
the
have.
They're not for the kids. This is definitely for the adults.
Eloise's like, this tastes funny.
It's a
Wait, this is delicious.
Oh no, they're
So
tasty.
how do you make it?
Yeah, so it has Aperol spritz classic ingredients.
really good.
Aperol, Prosecco, club soda, and then you know how an Aperol spritz is garnished with a slice of orange? We wanted to keep that citrus fresh.
This is insanely
Add some
good.
orange juice. They're pretty tasty. In order to get them to freeze, we had to dial back the alcohol. So they're around 8% ABV. So, only 8%. It's like a beer.
Nate's having a blast.
It's a good way to start the day.
Glass of wine in my left hand.
a
Apple
popsicle.
spritz popsicle.
All right, look,
Right.
nothing
Summer,
better
baby.
on a summer day. You mowed the lawn. You want
Absolutely.
an ice cold beer. If you want to take that up a notch, a michelada. Michelada? What is that?
Michelada, and
Michelada.
this is a riff on a classic michelada, and we're calling this the Red Boat Michelada because it features red boat fish sauce, which is a Vietnamese pantry staple, loved by chefs, loved by home cooks. And Red Boat, the family behind Red Boat, they're actually the subject of our cover story of the July issue of the magazine. And they're a really awesome family. So this michelada is made with lager. In this case, we're using a non-alcohol. Yeah,
Get in here, Ray.
I want one of these. I mean, this is...
The wine guy's even
finish
doing
the popsicle
Aperol
first.
spritz.
He's winning. So in this case, we're using a non-alcoholic lager from Athletic Brewing Company out of Connecticut. We're mixing that with some fresh lime juice, sriracha, and then our fish sauce. Don't fear the fish sauce. Don't fear it.
No, well, if you think about it, it's like Worcestershire in a Bloody Mary. It just adds a little savoriness.
It's that salt, it's that umami note that we would love in a Bloody Mary, yes. And it really pairs well with a little bit of spice, a little bit of sour.
So Tony and I were just talking about zero proof or non-alcoholic beverages because you want to take care of people who might not be drinking, and sometimes we fast ourselves from not drinking. What are some of the elements that you are looking for when it comes to non-alcoholic beverages?
So I actually did a blind taste test of non-alc beers next to regular lagers a couple months back for Dry January, and I found that something I really liked about the non-alc beers, they're very balanced. I love a balanced beer. There are a lot of really great IPA options out there. This is a lager, a lighter style, so it's a little more fresh and citrusy.
And it's a whole different world from the former old school world of non-alcoholic beers that tasted kind of terrible. Yeah, you gotta watch out. It's not the alcohol, it's the cold.
Athletic has an IPA that I love in the blue can. But what about non-alcoholic wines? Because when I was pregnant, I got really into this one non-alcoholic rosé, but they were kind of hard to find.
They're a little harder to find. They're still working it out in some ways. Beer's easier because it has less alcohol to begin with.
Oh, interesting.
But there's some really good non-alcoholic wines out there right now. And so it's a changing world as we speak.
By the way, shout out to whoever designed your cover because it is so lush.
beautiful.
It really screams summer.
Yes.
It pulls you in. Speaking of pulling you in, why do you think Sauvignon Blanc is so popular these days?
I think Sauvignon Blanc, so that people are moving away from oakier, heavier, richer white wines, and Sauvignon Blanc is bright, it's citrusy, zero oak on that, it's all done in stainless steel tanks, so it's just super crisp and super bright, and people like, and it's lighter in alcohol too.
It's all me and my husband drink.
Well, speaking of super bright, I don't know if I would be right now after I taste a white wine with a red wine, and then I had a popsicle with booze in it.
Tony's going to be off tomorrow, everybody.
Back in the dorm room, Tony.
We got a whole nother hour coming up.
Where's the keg?
Want to go streak through the quad?
Rayle, Lisa Simon, thank you very much from Food and Wine Magazine. We love that magazine.